Hello and welcome to the 5th episode of my Feed the Beast retro series. So in the last episode we obviously got clay, and that is pretty awesome, as you can, for bricks, you get an alloy furnace. And the thing I'm going to make first is some brass. So we're gonna need some fuel. Let's just take some charcoal for that, and this should make us some brass. That brass we are going to use to make pipe. So if you look at where is it? It's right here. So what can you do with it? You can make, for example, pneumatic tubes. Those we are definitely going to need. And with this, to fully automate those things, that should not be too difficult. Actually, it is really easy. We only need to swap out those pipes, and we're going to use redstone pipes because they are a lot better. Now we only need a bit more glass and some redstone. Let's just put that in here, where now we're gonna need to work ourselves down to get to the redstone level, and then to the all the way down to get glass. And another thing I will want to do is fight some mobs today, so I am going to make myself some nice armor later on. But first let's finish that project. Okay, so we need some of those. Possibly gonna need some restricted pipes. Actually, no, we don't really. Make them into redstone pipe. And I'm happy that I made a second one, because there is another alloy I really want for that, which is this alloy, which iron plus 4 redstone. We do have some redstone in here, so we're just gonna need some iron. Let's just take 6 ingots out of there and put them in here. Take some charcoal out of here. And now we should get some redstone alloy. This is really useful, this redstone alloy. This is really useful, as you can get quite some cool things with it. The first thing I'm going to make is some diamond. The first thing I want to make is jacket cable. Actually, we're gonna need bundle cable for that, but that's not too bad. It's just some wool, string, and those red alloy. So to get some insulated cable, I think you craft it like that. No, you craft it like that. And the bundled cable you can craft like that. So those redstone cables, there are 2 kinds. The first one is uninsulated cable. It behaves like redstone, but it can travel a way longer distance, and that is pretty awesome. Okay, so we're also gonna need some iron and some sticks to make ourselves a saw blade, which we're going to use to get the covers we're needing. Actually, do we only need 1? Hey, we can get it with that. Yeah, for that we're gonna need some block. I think I'm gonna use, where's my Kleinster? There it is. Let's just use that. I think that will look the best. Of course, we're gonna need to craft our saw first. Those blocks are really cool, you can build with them, but I think the most important use of them are those jacketed wires. They are redstone wires, but the thing is, they can stand alone, like that. Okay, so I'm gonna make more of those, of the cable, and see you in a bit. Okay, I've prepared everything I am going to need for this upgrade. First of all, I am going to change out the obsidian ore with that thing, and to get the redstone signal onto the pipe, I am going to use this jacketed thing to get the redstone signal up to there. I'm not going to use normal redstone now, because I have a better thing, which is this redstone wire. The same also applies up here. I'm still gonna use my timer, but instead of using redstone, I'm gonna use that, and I am also gonna use this pipe to get everything here. Now I can automate it, because the huge advantage over Bulidcraft pipes is that these pipes don't overflow, and they go into the first inventory possible. So if there is a spot free here, they are going to take this one. Now I'm also gonna connect that thing here and just configure the timing again, and everything should be working. So those are smart pipe. Advantages, now we can just put something that has no EMC in here. We don't need that much EMC laying there, which is pretty awesome. But I do want another chest to just get a lot of that out of my inventory, so I can transfer most of the bone meal easier in here. Now off screen I'm gonna do the same for all the other one, and BRB. Okay, so I now have enough EMC to make myself the dark matter armor. It is unbreakable and it is a very good armor. I don't think you take damage at all. Okay, there's only one more thing I'm going to want to craft myself, and that is a dark matter sword. And then I'm going to fight something. Fight some blaze and some ghast in the nether to get ghast tears and blaze rods and mama cream. Those 3 items I really want to get. And yeah. And one thing that is really cool about this setup is the lack of noise. So as you can see, it barely holds up. Throw some more of them. Some more energy condensers in there. That is definitely the easy solution. And I am going to do that. So now we just need to craft ourselves a sword. A dark matter sword. So I think it's like that. Yes. It is also pretty awesome sword. And let's get into the nether. I definitely am going to take a flint and steel with me. We can fly, we have food, we have a good armor. And we don't have our philosopher's stone with us. Okay. So I am already in the nether. And if you have your philosopher's stone and a source of EMC, like a client star, and you have a client star, you can press H to transform mobs. For example, into the ghost and ghast, and then you just have to kill these enemies, and you get the drops, obviously. Okay, so I need ghast. A ghast tier, the mama cream, and a blaze rod, and I'm just gonna do that until I've got all of them. Ah yes, ghast tier. Okay, so I've got my ghast tier and my mama cream. So now it is time for the old blaze. Let's quickly kill it. And we've got a blaze rod. And now we finally can make a really cool, awesome EMC farm. And that is with blaze rods. It should be pretty easy to do. For that we're gonna need some. So basically how it works is that it works in 2 things. First of all, if you macerate blaze rods, you get 5 out of it instead of 2. And now you just, and another thing is that you can use it in the rotary macerator as fuel. I don't know whether or not we can build it yet. The retriever would be pretty awesome. Blue alloy, no, we cannot make that yet. We have not got Nicolite yet, and we haven't got an ender pearl as well. But the thing is, you get with that method you get a lot more EMC out of it. It is a pretty good EMC farm. It gives you quite a lot of EMC, and I'm going to need to do a bit of infrastructure there. And also think I'm just gonna manually use it for now. Okay, so I am going to build some rotary macerators and come back once I've... Okay, so for this project I am going to need something else from the yellow furnace, and that is some of those silicon. And we're also gonna need a saw to cut it down to wafers, and then infusing them with redstone. So why do I need it? Those transposers are for what I want them to do a lot too slow. So I think that the relay is the upgraded version of that. So I'm going to try it with that thing. Okay, so I'm going to have to do some testing with those. So I've made myself a small test thing to first of all see where this thing now goes in. Okay, that is on the right spot. Can't it do that? I think it can do with redstone. Okay, so it seems like I cannot power it with okay, that is a problem. I've just seen that my thing is not working anymore because seeds came in there. I don't know how that happened. Okay, now everything is working, at least for now. I've never seen it break like that. It is normally a very, very reliable EMC farm. Okay, where is my RAM? It might have broken. That's probably the case. If it's not in here. Okay, it is not in here. So let's just quickly make a new one. It is not that expensive. Just kind of annoying to get to. Now that is working. Okay, so we have figured out that this is the correct place to put it in. And come on, generator, don't fall down. You don't want to do that. Okay, but here I should put... Yes! I can put them in here. Now the question is, once that thing is macerated, is that the right spot as well? Pull it out, or is it the wrong? I think it is the right one, but I am not 100% sure. It is. So now we can just... The concept is pretty much working. We just need some cable, more generators. Okay, so to upgrade those transposers, we need buffers. And for... They are pretty easy to craft. Actually, they're very, very easy to craft. They are only wrong button again. So buffers are pretty easy to craft. It is just a pattern like that. Now we need transposers. I think we don't need those anymore. So the test was pretty successful, but it definitely is work, which is really nice. So we're definitely gonna have to put in that from below. Let's just quickly test that as well, and it absolutely worked. Oh, and yeah, first I'm gonna craft some transposers, more transposers, and wood. Those are all the transposers we need, and now we can upgrade them. But transformer, check the relay, buffer, transposer, red dropped wafer, and wood. Need to test something, if it's really that what I think it is. Yeah, so you can put in, throws out everything that goes in there. Actually, it's not what I wanted, is it? Back to the planning phase, I guess. Lawyer, nope. Block breaker, no. Poster, filter. Oh, so first of all, that the relay is the thing I need, but I just looked it up and it is the filter I'm going to need, which is some red dropped wafers, pistons, gold, and cobblestone. We do have 8 red dropped wafers. Those are, we're actually one short, but they are pretty easy to craft. And let's just quickly craft our filters. So we need where's my piston? Here they are. Oh, red dropped wafer, of course. So let's quickly craft our filters, and I'm gonna do a pretty small test. This thing has to go away. Now that is this is the right machine, orientated correctly, and this thing should have an interface, and yes, it worked. Now I think it's time to set everything up. The 8 macerators, I think I'm gonna make it myself easy. This farm is that efficient, so I don't really care if I use a bit more resources than needed. One right here and one further away for diamonds or something like that. The extra thing. In here we need that thing. Let's just get one extra. We finally need to configure the filter, because I'm gonna need a lot more place powder. 7 more stacks. That should not be a problem at all. EMC wire. And what do we need else? Some redstone, a redstone clock, and some of the redstone tubing and stuff. So let's just take a quick look if that thing is working again. Yes, everything is fine. Okay, so we have one of that. That is totally enough. And yeah, so we have some redstone tubing. That does belong here. By the way, you can use Redpower cover to stop things from being connected. like that. I think it's the best way with the least. Oh shit, that has to be a full block. Same goes with this one. Now everything should be working. I think it's time to jump start the system with a huge amount of EMC. Let's say like 2 red matter and 3 dark matter. Something ridiculous like that. Put the timer down to 0.5 seconds. Let's just to be completely sure nothing goes in there. Block that. Now it will take quite a while for that to get fast. Why did it put something in here? Okay, so we're gonna have to jam those things. Oh, and it's only in the first one. Is that stack coming back? No, it actually is. Why isn't this pulling? Let's try rotating that thing. And did it work? No. Okay, so it is not smart. There's a full stack in there. It only pulls out if there's a whole stack. We need more EMC to jumpstart the system. It is really a very expensive system to jumpstart, but once it is running, it produces huge amounts of EMC. But as I said, it's pretty difficult to jumpstart it to a point where it is producing enough. Now everything is running. We should be seeing a net gain pretty shortly. So a lot of those things are jumping around here. Let's increase it by a bit. Maybe it is better then. Let's decrease that thing to half a stack. Why is it filling up that stack? How about we're gonna jam it with something very cheap. So I realized another problem, and that is that it was connected to the antimatter relay. And that's why it was filling up that slowly. But even then it was we were getting more than we were using. And I think there you can really see how good this EMC farm is. Now you could definitely fill it up with some blocks that don't have EMC, and I'm going to do that quickly. So it generates EMC faster. Now there is not that much EMC laying around this chest. Oh, and I need to put something in there that has EMC. I am going to take red matter, I guess. Yeah, some probably we're probably going to have to use more of them because it is too slow and it won't keep up. That's at least what I think will happen. Just look at the speed it is generating EMC. Isn't that like ridiculous? Okay, it will be getting a bit slower, but in the time I filled that thing, the chest, with wafers, it generated 10 pieces of red matter. Now the awesome thing is that we also got read. We can build right away another really overpowered EMC farm. This one is a bit, some guys would say it's cheating, but I think it's creative use of game mechanics. And yeah, in this pack you really need to get the most out of your EMC generation, and that is with sugarcane. Okay, so for this quest, for this EMC farm, we are going to need some sand. Actually, dirt works as well. Let's just use dirt. Then some water. Prepare everything, and then we can build it together. But first I'm gonna tell you what I need. So I need black hole band. Actually, no, the void bands. Void rings. And alchemical chests. And a thing that is called a dark matter pedestal. A dark matter pedestal is pretty easy to craft. There's this dark matter blocks. They have the same EMC. And a dark matter pedestal is crafted like that. Nope, not two. Oh, we need 4 red matter even. So it is a pretty expensive block. It costs 2.5 million EMC. So it is a very, very expensive farm to set up. But then it's really awesome. Okay, then we are going to need some alchemical chest, some water pack, some water, and more red matter and more dark matter. And I'm also gonna need to build the rings, the void ring. Okay, so I've prepared most of it. We're just gonna have to plant the sugarcane up there and put... Let's just put one of them watering in there. So the harvest goddess band increases tick rate. Put that in here. Activate it. And so how it works is, because those things are up there, the harvest goddess band thinks it is fully grown, and then it throws the stuff in there. Now, as far as I know, you can do it twice and it should work better. Or isn't that the case? But actually, I am kind of underwhelmed by that. Let's try something real quickly. And that one has to go away as well. So it is like that. Actually, I think this farm is better. Oh, wait a second. So there's that much going on now. Does that seem to be more? Not really. Okay, but so this is how this EMC farm works. I thought it was better. I really thought it was better. Let's just say that it's not that bad, but if you compare it to this one, which is really easy, it's just some iron, some redstone, so really cheap actually to build, especially in comparison with that thing, but it produces a lot more EMC. So much that I have made another client star already. Now just look at that madness. Okay, and what I think we can definitely do this episode then is there is this quest called the items of power, this one here, and now it is really cheap. In total it costs 8 million EMC, and we have it like a few times. I'm just gonna look how much dark matter and stuff I need, and we'll be back once I have everything prepared. So I have prepared the first 5 items. The Evertide amulet, which creates water by right clicking. The Vulcanite amulet, it is kind of the same, just that it is creating lava instead of water. The Mind Stone, the Soul Stone, Wise in that case, and actually I've prepared 6 items then. The Body Stone, and now I can combine the Body Stone and the Soul Stone, the Life Stone, Body Stone plus, yeah, I can, to a Life Stone. So those are the first 6 items. So for one of the items I need a new thing, which is the Nova Cataclysm. It is a mine explosion primarily, as far as I know, but we are going to need it for the catalytic lens for this guy. Now I should have everything I need. First of all, I'm gonna craft the Mercurial Eye, and the second thing is the catalytic lens. First we're gonna need to craft that thing. So that is 4 Mobius fuel, 4 of them and 4 of them. Actually, I need 1 Nova Catalyst more for this guy, which is a Nova Catalyst, 2 Dark Matter, and those blocks around it. And now those 2 with Dark Matter give you that thing. Let's just check that that is everything. That is 9 items. No, I have not crafted the water flow in time yet, but it is pretty easy. And let's just throw all of those items into there. Hopefully everything goes in. Yes, it does. No. Okay, then we're gonna need to throw it a bit further back. Don't we? Yeah. So I just had to break this thing because it wasn't working anymore. I don't know why, but now everything should be fine. All those items should be in and we should get a reward. Yes, items of power. It is Nikolite, which is pretty awesome. That is a prerequisite for another quest. I think it's this one. Nope. We actually could do this one already. Small but mighty. It is. And solar panels, I think, as well. But I think that's got a bit for this episode. We have achieved quite some things today. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, please consider leaving a like and following this channel. Bye bye. Actually, one more small thing. I have not explained the stone. So the soul stone, I think... I do know what the life stone does. It just makes so you don't have hunger and don't have hunger, and it heals you. And the mind stone, I forget.